Hello everyone, thanks for watching. Today's layout, I'll be using this Hip Kit Club sketch, and I will be also using the July Kiwi Club America the Beautiful kit. And these are the templates that come with the kit, and these are the ones that are 15% off until July 30, the adventure and the banners. So for this layout, this is our final layout or final sketch for that I'm collaborating with my friend Craft with Tea, and you're going to see a link come up on the top right corner to her channel. And we are both doing the same sketch, and you'll see how different both our sketches are. I mean, both our layouts turn out to be. So first I went through all my cards that came in the kit, and I do struggle a bit with this layout because I don't really know what direction I want it to go. So for my, I'm using the white cardstock by Basil, and it's called Marshmallow, which is a heavy cardstock. And I just showed you the picture I'm doing. My cutie pie here has a sparkler in her hand. This is on 4th of July. So I just cut out the extra, which is really like the stroller, the back of the stroller, and her legs. I wanted to focus more on her and the sparkler. So as you can see, on the right hand side of the page, basically there's two clusters, one on the left, one on the right. The bottommost layer of my where the picture is on the right of this cluster looks like it's torn, but I decided I would use the Wild Side excuse me, Wild Side 4 template, and that's one of the card or I don't know, pocket page style templates. So I'm going to start layering up my papers, and again, I do struggle a bit, and this layout's going a little quick because there's a lot going on, and I just wanted you to see my full process. And sometimes it's really hard to decide, you know, where you want your placement or what colors. I mean, with a sketch it's a little easier, but you'll see that I still struggle a bit with how I want things to look. So I'm checking this beige card out, which I don't end up using. I mean, I do use it, but not here. And I am actually going to start adhering things pretty quick. Because I do know that red little card will go behind my picture. And I also will be using that beige one that you just saw me ink up. I also end up using my Hickory Smoke Distress ink to ink most of my edges. The ones I didn't ink was because I just plainly forgot. And I do use a piece of this tissue paper. And the reason why I use tissue paper is because it's a little translucent, so you still can see the background, but it still gives you enough separation that you can see that there's another layer behind it. So of course I'm going to trim off my branding strip, and of course I don't trim it all off, so I had to go back a second time. And I am going to pop up my picture with some fun foam. One thing I learned is that I forgot the name of that brand of that tape runner, the little blue one. It doesn't work very well on foam, so I end up using my ATG gun. So here's where I realize, okay, this is where I want everything to go. And I am going to start adhering stuff. And it kind of looks like the one on the right, except I realized after I adhere this that I'm missing a layer towards the bottom. And this is when I pick this paper, and I'm going to pull everything off, and I'm going to use that as that longer piece that you see on the right hand side under those little banners. I was thinking of using another template, but then I decided not to. All right, so I realized that I want the stars to show. So I'm going to go back and I am going to make my cut closer to the stars so that you can actually see them popping up behind the fireworks paper. And that is just about right. So now I'm getting ready to stick everything down, or I thought I was. And now I'm going to work on the right side of my paper. And I think I must have done some of it off when I was not recording, and I think I just used one of the off sheets from the star paper and cut off a piece and brought it over to the right side. So this Let Freedom Ring has a really cool, the word let is actually cut out, so I used my red paper to back it. And I am just going to trim it down. And I am going to adhere it. And this side of my page is basically done. Now I'm just going to have to trim off that left side of my paper. As you can see there, there's it's a little longer than necessary. Now everything can be adhered. So yes, I really love the way Craft with T's layout came out. Make sure you go take a peek. She really did an amazing job. You would never think that they're the same sketch because they look completely different. So I'm using this Paige Taylor Evans. It's called Star Confetti. And it is a stencil. If you want to purchase a stencil, you can find it on her website. I'll put a link in the descriptions. And I wanted to use something that would give a little texture. So I'm going to use my Shimmers Dazzlers. And that is a smooth shimmering dimensional paste. And the color Sponge Sugar. So I'm just going to apply a thin layer, and I'm going to try my best to get it all nice and evenly, like an even coat. And then I'm going to just slide it over and add a second time. So that I can kind of spread my stars out a little over to the left side of the page. And this paste dries pretty quick. I do end up heating it, which I think I cut that part out of the video. Drying it with my heat tool to speed up the process. And it kind of has a little bit of dimension. It's not, too crazy. It actually almost feels like dried nail polish, like very shiny, very sleek and shiny, and it just looks so pretty. I don't know if you can see the shimmer, which I think you can see it there. And I was going to go and add some more to the left, but I changed my mind. So now I'm going to use my, I believe that's Party 1, and it's a little banner, and I am going to cut out 5 of them. to mimic the 5 that are under my picture. And of course, in the sketch, you'll see that it's a 4x6 picture, but I end up cutting my picture down to about 4x4. Or 3x4. I'm not even sure. 3.5x4. So I'm going to cut 5 of these out. And hopefully I'll do this kind of quick. So while you see me cutting this, I just want to take a quick moment to say thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to reach my new goal of 1,000 subscribers, and I am super excited to reach that goal. So for my layout next week, I will be using the Kiwi Lane July Club Kit exclusively. I will not be using any other products, any other borders. I just want to show you that it can be done. You can, actually, it's not Tuesday. It'll be on Friday. It can be done. You can make a beautiful layout without having to, if you want to start and you're a new crafter, a new scrapbooker, and you don't really have a lot of money to spend, you really can do a lot with just the kit and what comes in the kit. So here at this point, I'm just looking and thinking about how am I gonna now, attach my banner? Am I just gonna leave the little flags laying loose there? So I'm first going to add some Heidi Swapp Color Shine to this page, and then actually I'm going to add a little bit more, and then I'm also going to water down some black heavy gesso because I decided that I wanted to add some black splatters as well. And I really don't do too much, but I felt like it needed a little extra, a little darkness into this very white background. So I'm just going to dab up a little bit of the gold because I did make some really big splatters. So I wanted to make sure that they were dry before I start adhering things down. And here's where my layout is starting to come together. And I'm trying to figure out how I want to place these. And I'm kind of happy with the way that looks. So I will start gluing them. I'm actually going to pop them up with some fun foam. And this is fun foam from, I believe, Walmart or Michael's. I don't really remember where I purchased it. And they come 50 sheets in a pack. They're 4x6. One side already has adhesive on it. And they're really inexpensive. And you do... they have different thicknesses as well. This one, I believe, does not have adhesive, and it's very thin compared to the pop dots. So it just gives you enough dimension that it's noticeable, but won't give you too much added bulk. So I tie a little bow on one end of this yellow bakery twine, which came in the April kit. And I still have a ton of it. So I looked at it. I said, ooh, wait, this will match. And it worked perfectly. So I'm just going to adhere it and work it onto the edge of my layout, as you can see here. And I'm just going to slightly glue it down so that it kind of looks like it's attached to the banners. And now I'm like, okay, so now this is here. It's adhered down. Obviously, I didn't adhere my picture. So now I'm working on that. And then what am I going to do with this end? So I figured I would loop it a couple times. And I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive so that it doesn't move. And I'm just going to work these little loops to give it a little added detail. I am not trimming, I am cutting out the Land of Liberty off of this one card, and it has a Statue of Liberty. And in case, for those that don't know, I live in New Jersey, and the Statue of Liberty is based, I could literally, well, I can't see it from my house, but it's close enough that if you're elevated in a higher floor or whatever, you probably could see it. I'm about 15-20 minute car ride away from the Statue of Liberty on a good day with no traffic. I wanted to add that in there because there's traffic in northern Jersey, like if you were in Manhattan. It's crazy. So I'm going to cut out Little Firecracker, and I kind of decided to use this as my title because, she's got the little streamer in her hand, and I was like, Little Firecracker, this is perfect. So I'm just going to trim around it and, give it a little, make it a little smooth so it doesn't look like I just, blunt cut it. And I want to use this template, which I'm not sure what it is, but it kind of looks like a firework, a flash. And I'm going to use this one paper that came in the kit. It's like a very faint yellow with white little dots on it. And I'm going to cut that out, and I'm actually going to use that behind my little firecracker. So we're getting pretty close to the end of this video, and I just wanted to take a moment again to say thanks. Thank you again. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you that shop through my link. If you don't have a Kiwi Lane instructor and you're interested in products, send me a message. I'll be more than happy to lead you in the right direction. I really love their product, and I think it's a great way to expand if you're a crafter and you've already been scrapbooking. Definitely the templates are great to use, and makes it life easier. You can do this while you're watching TV. Take it with you on vacation because they don't take a lot of space. They're not heavy. I plan on taking them on vacation with me in a couple weeks, and looking forward to working on a new project and hopefully recording while I'm doing it. So I'm just going to write a really quick little 4th of July fireworks 2019, and then I wrote Leonie, which is her name, and I was going to put what town they were in, but I didn't know, so I just left it blank so we could write it in the future. And I am using I did use a white gel pen, and that gel pen is it's a Jelly Roll pen. So I popped up my Land of the Liberty, and here is my layout. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out my charmed little tab, and that is going to go right under the Let Freedom ring, and I will be stamping the date of July 4th, 2019. And basically that is the end of my layout. Thanks so much for watching. If you stay tuned till the end, you'll see some close-ups and links to other videos. I appreciate you. Have a lovely day, and don't forget to craft.